My Odyssey starts in the small town of Wesley, Rhode Island, where I was born and raised in a very modest home with a very normal childhood. Flashing forward into my later middle school years, I had no idea where I was going to attend high school. I had many options, such as Charahoe, Wesley High School, Grosco Tech, and at one point, my parents even considered homeschooling me. But my main choice was Prout, a Catholic school up in Wakefield, Rhode Island. But towards the end of my 8th grade year, my grades took a very serious turn for the worst. And my mother and father did not want me attending Prout. So there I sat, my mom and dad telling me that I was going to this green school, who I and nobody else had ever heard of. Graduating 8th grade with mainly C's and a proud acceptance letter, finding out that I passed their tests in the top 5 percentile. My grades at that point were nothing I was too proud of. But if I knew that this learning community was so fun, intense, and rigorous, then I would have stood up and told my mother and father thank you. Because what was waiting for me inside this school is some of the strongest relationships between friends and teachers I could ever want. The teachers here take the time to sit down with each and every one of us personally and help us, even if that means they're here 2 or 3 hours after school. They would still sit there and give us each the personal attention that we needed or wanted. All of my teachers have been so supportive and helpful, but one teacher has been there since the get-go. And that's my crew leader, friend, and mentor, Mr. Gustafson. And what makes him different is how much more he cares for me. When I fall behind in his class and even other classes, he's always calling my parents at home, guiding me instead of telling me what to do. He has not only been a great mentor educationally, but he has also helped me on my social guidance, telling me when I'm hanging around with the wrong people. Not forcing me, but just telling me. Socially, I move around a lot, from friend group to friend group. In middle school, I was an outcast. Not that I was outcasted, but I never fit in one certain group. One person I most relate to is Inman from Cold Mountain, dealing with his problems by himself, being strong mentally and physically. He's not a leader, but someone who you can still look up to. And I feel like this is the type of person I want to be and am currently. Educationally, I'm currently doing very well, but I've never tried this hard in any other year going to the green school or even years prior to that. And going into the green school as my freshman year, I find myself taking advantage of some of the temptations such as remediation, where I wouldn't worry about a learning target until the rest of the class was 1, even 2 learning targets ahead. And then I find myself falling extremely behind. In the matter of months, I was just failing almost every single class. And at the end of the year, I needed my father to come in and speak to one of my teachers, discussing how I can bring my grade up. Luckily last year I did not have to attend summer school. Knowing this year, I did not want that ever to happen again. I put in the effort and grit, and this year I've maintained a 3.0 or higher in 5 out of the 8 classes. This is one way that I feel as though I have matured. And I'm only failing 1 class currently, but I'm still working very hard and rigorously. This has led me to where I am now. And this is a very good position. I feel as though I'm ready to move on to my 11th grade year.